Okay, I'm back with another Beer Native Beer review. My name's Steve Jaguar. Welcome. If you have never been to the channel before, please subscribe, catch me on Instagram, and friend me on Untapped. I'm Steve Jaguar on Untapped. Everywhere else I'm Beer Native TV, so I should be pretty easy to find using this information just here below. Ooh, and now, exciting, cool things. Well, I'll leave that up for a moment. New camera. Well, not new camera. That's nonsense. Change to the existing camera. You probably, well, maybe you notice if you've watching previous ones. New lens. Ah, that makes all the difference, doesn't it? It's not so much the camera, it's about the lens. It's not so much the beer or the can, it's about the hops. I don't know. I upgraded my camera hops and looks cool, doesn't it? You want to know what else is exciting about this is the new lens has autofocus that actually works. So I can do things like this. Check this beer out. Which amazingly an iPhone can do, but some good, like expensive cameras can't do as well. iPhones are software awesome. Real cameras like this use mechanical devices to change. So sometimes they're not as good or not as fast or they're not as accurate. This one is awesome and I'm super pleased with it. Hope you like it too. Makes everything look kind of sexier. I'm hoping actually it maybe synchronizes the voice a little bit better. I've had issues with that, but I don't know. We'll see at the end of this that it sucks and I look like a kind of 1970s kung fu film. But you just got a glimpse of the beer we're going to be doing. Ooh, let's take another look back here on this cam. There it is. It's a Jungle Sometimes by Pressure Drop. I cannot believe I've never done a beer by Pressure Drop. They're a really cool brewery and they've got some exceptionally good beers. I got this a while ago in a group from them. I can't remember the other ones. One of them was an amazing treacle stout, and I made a choice to choose to review this one. I'm debating whether that was the right choice because the treacle stout was pretty outstanding, and you can still buy it on their site. Whereas I'll show you in a moment, catching this is a New England IPA or New England Pale Ale. I should be clear about that. On the way through can be challenging. So let's learn a little bit more about Pressure Drop and why I like them. All right. So let's go over to the cam. I'm on the other side now as way, by the way. I'm over here. So here we have Pressure Drop. Live now, choice of dessert, chocolate banana stout. I mean, come on, right? That looks awesome. I want one. And a bunch of other pretty cool things. Pale Fire, American Pale Ale. A lot of good stuff going on there. If we want to learn a little bit more about them, I did notice that there's an about down here. We can get a little bit of information about who they are. Bunch of people just, yeah, they're just like you and me. They're regular people. They just happen to own a cool brewery, right? Jealous? I am. Yeah, hell. And they have some other things I pre-opened here. There we go. The tap room, they have a tap room which should be opening soon. You can go check out and get some beer there, which looks like a car park, apparently. They got some food information there, which I like. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Burritos. That guy there looks familiar. That dude there in the middle looks very familiar. Who the hell? Did we see him back here? There he is. Hey. Oh, posing as an extra now. You work there, cheater. And some people, some random Hop Stuff Brewery. And then, what was that? What's this guy doing? Just a dude with the back of the dude's head, great depth of field, and a hat. Okay, not the photo I would have chosen to attract me to my tap room, but nevertheless, pretty cool. And in the lockdown, they had this ability where you could go and collect cans. So you can do that. We can take a look at some of their beers if we want. I'm sure here, boom. And we'll get an idea that karate, who doesn't like karate? Come on. Gradients. You can see their art theme is there. And actually, if we take a look at the art here, they actually credit the art. I love it when they credit the art. I think the art is by David Shillinglaw. And so I looked up David Shillinglaw for your pleasure. Here's David. Check his art out. It's got kind of a childlike feel to it, sort of abstract. People like to go and say Picasso because when they see weird eyeballs and drawings, but I think it's kind of like got a simplicity to its creativity and complexity at the same time. Great color themes and mosaic. So I think it's pretty cool. New website. If you like art and you like beer art, David Shillinglaw. There we go. That's who the art is from. And finally, I did try to find a location where you could buy this beer. I scoured the DuckDuckGo and the Googles, and it's all sold out. So let's forget about that. Okay, we can't get it. And then the last thing before we just dive in and taste this is, oh, there's the London's Finest Black Treacle Stout right there, by the way, before you cut myself off. That's the one I just drank and didn't tell you about. I should have told you about it. It was great. Where is this theme? It's like a jungle sometimes. If you are lacking in music culture and you don't know where this comes from, let me educate you with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 featuring Mel Mel. Probably gonna get this video banned now because
it's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Go check that out. I'm probably gonna get this video is probably gonna get banned by YouTube or something because I put a teeny clip for educational purposes. They don't like that. But oh well. That's life, right? You gotta take these risks. Let's crack this open. The hops inside here are, what do we got? What do we got? You think I'd done that research in advance, but no, I'm an idiot. So 5.2%. That's pretty low. Oh, Brew One and Equinaut. So we're going to get clobbered by tropical fruit, herbal and grassy notes. Brew One, I believe, has a long, not very piney or resiny, but it has a sense of, that's the way to describe it, a long, like the myrcene and like the other oils give a really long flavor. So that's a good thing, right? No idea about the malts though. It doesn't say, does it? I don't see anything. It says tropical on the back. Oh, I see a pretty low malt. I should be able to do this whole close-up pour thing again. Look at that. I'm like a real beer reviewer now. Check it. Check me. Good screen capture that would have been. All right. All right, let's put that aside. Check my froth. Very good, right? It's got a really lemony color. A little bit of fuzz. It says New England Pale Ale. It's a little light, like extra pale malt. Let's bring the microphone out of my face, not out of yours, until they'll sip. It reminds me of, this probably sounds bad, the low alcohol series from Northern Monk that was very lemony. Kind of light citrus, a little bit of pineapple. It's obviously not a double IPA. It's a nice 5%. This would be very pleasant on some of the nicer sunny days we've had recently. Maybe not today. Today kind of sucks just a little bit. But it's pretty good. And it doesn't have that long. You know, I kind of predicted it would have this sort of longer sub-resinous feel to it. It doesn't. A little bit of pith, but otherwise pretty good. No rubberiness, no resin, no hard bitters. Just a really lovely light citrus and tropical beer. Really good. The only problem I can see with this 5.2%, yeah, I believe so, is that I could just throw this down like, gone. It's that good. It's not like blowing my mind, but I don't think that was its intent. Yeah, it's a real beautiful full mouthful that does the opposite of what I thought. It just goes like Kaiser Soze vanishes. Let's score it up. I'm going to start with artwork. I'll give you a little 360 on it. See if I can do that now. Check that out. Oh, dented can. You don't lose points for a dented can. But that's pretty sexy, right? If you like that kind of art. If you're like a wolf howling at the moon on velvet kind of guy, probably not going to like that art. But I do like it. So I'm going to give it a... Do I want to give it a 5 for having a dedicated artist? It's the first pressure drop. We're going to go 5. Can's pretty standard at 3, so that's an 8 to start. Is it unique? I would say no. It's pretty standard at 3. It's not trying to be too crazy, right? Is it accurate in what it's going for? A New England Pale Ale at 5.2%? Yeah, I'll give it a 4. I'll bump it up because it's doing a good job of that. So we have an 8 and a 7 now, and we're at 15. Do I love it? Am I like going crazy for it? You know, sometimes I say a score and then I get this gut feeling that I'm wrong, you know? Yeah. I want to say 8, and that would put it at a 23, which would be a pretty cool score. If I said 7, would I feel bad? I would feel bad. Yeah. I'm going to go 8. I'm going to give it a 23. All right. 23 out of 30. For pressure drops, it's like a jungle sometimes. And I feel it's good to give them a good first score because I have had that treacle stout. It was phenomenal. It was kind of boozy, if you like that sort of thing. Right? All right. So that's the end of that one. Wow. Welcome to the first one where I'm using a new lens. And two things happened. I also figured out how to cut to something and let you hear the music that I'm listening to via the browser. Hey, new things, new technologies are happening. And I got the auto, so many things. This is an exciting show. I wish I could say this is my 100th show. I have no idea how many reviews I've done. I should really check it out. But I know I've never done one of Pressure Drop. So, once again, thank you for watching. If you are new to the show, usual thing, subscribe, thumbs up. I've just joined a bunch of new Facebook groups. Hello, beer review guys. There's like 38 of us in this Facebook group that I was invited to. Very cool. But if you're in a group which is just people who love beer and they're saying, hey, is Pressure Drop stuff any good? Well, share this out, stick it on a Reddit group. Otherwise, I just love it if you came back and watched other videos of mine. That is the end. Steve.